This was pretty hilarious this morning as I found a post going viral about Larry Correia mocking George R. R. Martin in the dedication of his new epic fantasy novel, Heart of the Mountain. The woke are big mad. The George R. R. Martin Game of Thrones fans are big mad. I love seeing memes like this and funny memes being made out of books. I think it's a quality thing. And I've been promoting that for years, guys, here on the channel and elsewhere. So as we get into this, please hit the like and subscribe button. We cover everything science fiction and fantasy here, especially in the book realm, guys. I'm a sci-fi author myself. And if you like Larry's hard-hitting, action-packed content, I really think you're going to enjoy my Justified Saga of the Nano Templar. This is just a space crusading, just fun romp for 3 books, guys. It's a trilogy that builds up into something completely epic. So check it out. It's in the description below. Like I said, if you enjoy Larry's books, I think you'll really like this. And if you just enjoy action-packed fun, you're going to like this too. So thank you so much for supporting. It's available on ebook, print, and audio for your convenience, and I'll put that link for you. Thank you for reading. You guys are awesome. All right, Bane Books author Larry Correia has taken epic trolling to a new level in his new fantasy novel, The Heart of the Mountain, with a dedication of his final book, completing the series, to George R. R. Martin, who's still failed after more than a decade to complete his Winds of Winter. Yes. I can't dunk on this guy enough. I really can't. George R. R. Martin has been under scrutiny for the last few years. His fans have all but given up on the epic fantasy author finishing his A Song of Ice and Fire epic fantasy series before he dies. In 2024, the author blogged twice about not making much progress on Winds of Winter, the final installment in his series. First, he blamed toxic fandom on his inability to write. He said, "Toxicity is growing. It used to be fun talking about our favorite books and films, having spirited debates with fans who saw things different, but it is no longer enough to say, I did not like this book or film, and here's why. Would rather talk about the stuff they hate than the stuff they love, and delight in dancing on the graves of anyone whose film has flopped." Well, Larry Correia is about to delight and dance on this grave of Winds of Winter, and is going to be very, very funny. In September, he followed up saying, "The first half of my year was pretty miserable." He said he didn't find solace in much of his work either. "Writing came hard, and though I did produce some new pages," yeah, right, "I would have liked to have turned out a lot more." Oof. In December, he spoke with Hollywood Reporter to hint he may not even finish the book before he dies. He says, "Unfortunately, I'm 13 years late. Every time I say that, I'm like, how could I be 13 years late? I don't know. It happens a day at a time. But that's still the priority. A lot of people are already writing obituaries for me. They're saying, oh, he'll never be finished. Maybe they're right. I don't know. I'm alive right now. I seem pretty vital." Well, somebody who's a lot more vital is Larry Correia, who's a very speedy writer who does good work. And I do recommend this series, guys. It starts with a book called Son of the Black Sword, and this is, I think, his finest work, honestly. Heart of the Mountain is coming out in February, so it's not out just yet, this conclusion. But it's a 6-book series that he's been working on. The first book came out in 2015, and I actually read it back in 2015. And guess what? 6 books of a series, completing an epic fantasy, all within a decade. He did it. Good job, Larry. And so this is done here. It's coming out from Bane Books, and early review copies have circulated. And so what we have here is a Westeros website actually showed the dedication of the book inside right here to George R. R. Martin. See, it's not that hard. I laughed so hard that he put this as the dedication in his book. This is epic level trolling. This is absolute fun. This is exactly what the fantasy genre needs. I applaud Larry Correia for this so hard because this is the type of stuff that I just find enjoyable. This is entertainment. This is an entertainment business, right? And George R. R. Martin has failed to entertain fans for over 10 years. He hasn't come out with a single book in his series in 10 years, guys. Larry did 6 in that 10 years. It's not that hard, as he says. And so this is exactly the type of stuff that is super fun to watch in books, and of course, it's creating a massive reaction as it goes along. George R. R. Martin fans got upset with it, so if you go to the Westeros site here, and you check out what they got going with their situation, you can see just the comments are pretty fun. This one a little bit viral right here. So John A. Douglas, a good author himself, says, "Suffer joys, you lazy bum, suffer." I agree with that one right there. Let's give that a like. LOL, it's the best fantasy series I've ever read. I've read both authors. Has anyone else? Saga of the Forgotten Warrior is miles ahead of Game of Thrones. I agree with this. I've read both things, and Larry's book is so much better than Game of Thrones. I think Game of Thrones is severely overrated, but that's another story I could rant about on another time. Not just because Larry can finish a book. George is a fat loser nihilist, and he writes like one 100% on this. Yes, it's everything that's the truth about this. Imagine defending Martin at this point. Guys, the TV show ending was his ending. That's why he won't finish the book, because he knows the reaction he'll get. Everybody hated the TV show ending. Brad Torgerson, another Bane Books author, says George earned it. Lazy, slovenly SOB. James Rosell says, didn't he write the entire series since Dance of Dragons came out? Yes, Larry Correia wrote that entire series after Dance of Dragons came out. Very, very funny. For those of you not familiar with Larry's work, you can get a free ebook of his first book, the Monster Hunter International Trilogy. This is a shill here. That's okay. But I'm trying to actually to find some of the angry ones, because it actually got flooded by Larry Correia fans since I, of course, made the article this morning. and before, they were actually saying that George, that it's a big egg on the face of Larry Correia here. More people will read the dedication than the book itself, says this person here. This person obviously doesn't know that Larry Correia is like a massive bestseller and just a complete liar. And so here it is. Not hard to hastily write a mid-fantasy series, I'll bet. And I'm sure Cece is quite the reader here. Yes. Is the book any good? Yes. Yes. I can't speak to this book. It's not out yet, but the series is very good. Bane should really put me on their early review list. I think at this point I'm one of the biggest influencers out there in science fiction and fantasy. Oh wow, there's a writer I know I'll never read. Look at this. This is how butthurt these people are. Larry Correia's is a classic. This is pretty insulting. That's interesting there. Solid burn, beautiful job, Larry. Yeah, his fans came onto this post, unfortunately, because he quote tweeted it himself to get this on here. And what he quote tweeted with is there's a lot of butthurt in these comments, not in the top anymore because of this, of course. Now, somebody pointed out, said, you've been crying over him since 2015. And so what Larry Correia rightly pointed out was that George R. R. Martin was a giant asshole to a bunch of my friends. And if you guys don't know, there was like a bunch of people who were up for awards, for the Hugo Awards for Best Science Fiction and Fantasy, 2015, 2016. George R. R. Martin led the charge against a lot of these authors, attacked a bunch of people, went after them personally, was a complete total prick towards them because he's a leftist nut job who just could not just enjoy fantasy and let the space be shared with people who didn't agree with him politically. He's one of those as well. And of course, that's part of why he can't write. Once literally Trump got in, I couldn't even. These people are so batshit crazy that they do act like that. They can't work because of this, and you know that. And it's really, really sad. And Larry's 100% right then. He said, since this lazy Uber screwed an entire generation of new authors because he burned readers wouldn't try an unfinished series, F him. And I see this a lot too. This is very, very true as well, that a lot of readers won't start a series until it's finished. And so that's why it pays, that's why I try to do 3-book trilogies just so it's in and out real quick. I don't always, but I do. And it's something that's it is a problem for modern writers. It's people will not just follow along with you because what George R. R. Martin says, and honestly, this happened with Robert Jordan too, right? For the epic fantasy genre, is that it's likely not to get finished. And if you want to read something that doesn't get finished, there's not many people that do. So it's pretty tough on that level. So regardless, this is a very, very funny thing. I can't believe he actually went out with it in a book. This is not just a tweet. This is the hardcover of the book, just throwing shade. That is pretty epic right there. One of the funniest things I've seen in the last year. And we'll see how this goes. Upon the release, like I said, I do recommend this series if you guys do want to check it out. And in the meantime, check out my series, guys. This is Justified Saga of the Nano Templar. Like I said, we got a space crusader out there fighting to reclaim his holy world against evil invaders. It's a lot of fun. It's action-packed. If you're a Correia fan, you're going to enjoy this. And the sequels, guys. Grab the whole trilogy today. Ebook, print, and audio in the description below. Thank you for being there and being great readers. What do you think about this? What do you think about George R. R. Martin? Is he ever going to finish his book? Let me know in the comments down below. Hit the like and subscribe button. We'll be back soon.